When we think of the most iconic weapons that came out of the World War II era, a couple of names may come to mind, from the unmistakable ping of the M1 Garand to instantly recognizable outline of MP40. However, when thinking specifically of the Eastern Front, there is one name that reigns above all else. One of the most iconic submachine guns of the era, often seen equipped with a drum mag, known for its extremely high rate of fire and very easy to control recoil. Of course, we are talking about none other than the legendary PPSh-41. Despite its widespread use during and after World War II, PPSh-41 curiously makes only one appearance within the Battlefield franchise. In a very ironic twist, it is not present in any of the games that take place during the conflict it originated from, as its only appearance has been delegated to an expansion pack for Battlefield Bad Company 2. The famous Vietnam DLC brought this gun to the table in form of a primary weapon for the Engineer class. Naturally, it falls into submachine gun category and has no unlock requirements, as all Vietnam weapons are available from level 1. Being fully automatic, it fires at 600 rounds per minute from a 25-round magazine, with up to 150 reserve ammo being available to the player, while the reload time takes 3.1 seconds. It also sports the lowest recoil of all SMGs in the Vietnam expansion, paired with a relatively low bullet spread, which makes it excellent to use even at medium range. More than that, it also has the highest damage output in the same weapon class, starting at 25 hit points up to 18 meters, which then drop off to 15 hit points at around 42 meters. This makes PPSh one of the most versatile and efficient submachine guns not only in the Vietnam DLC, but also in the Bad Company 2 game as a whole. However, the biggest flaw of this gun is its small magazine size. Curiously enough, the weapon model itself is seen equipped with a drum mag, despite the size of the in-game magazine being even smaller than the stick magazines which were often used with the weapon during the war. With no ability to equip extended mags, players will find themselves reloading often, which can be a daunting task given the lengthy reload time in comparison to other SMGs in the game. Because of this, it is highly recommended to come equipped with a favorite sidearm, and be ready to use it often, as there is a high likelihood of being forced to finish off wounded enemies, especially when facing multiple of them at the same time. Sticking to close-range engagements is very much advised, as this is where PPSh is going to shine the most, though due to its very forgiving recoil and tight bullet spread, it also can be used effectively at range when tap firing. Overall, PPSh is one of the best submachine guns in the game, and while the lack of equipable attachments can be seen as a noticeable downside, its versatility and ease of use more than make up for it. It is a great choice to wield while storming the villages, temples or military outposts which can be commonly found throughout Vietnam, thus making it one of the best choices for the Engineer class of that expansion. When it comes to real life, PPSh has a rather curious history. Its origin dates back to 1931, when a Finnish gun designer Aimo Latti came up with a submachine gun that quickly gained renown for its remarkably fast rate of fire and large drum magazine. In 1934, Vasily Degtyarev, who was commissioned to create a design in a similar wake for the Soviet army, came up with a weapon inspired by Hugo Schmeisser's design of MP28 paired with the virtually unchanged drum mag of Latti's Suomi. This weapon became known as PPD-34, and while it satisfied the initial criteria, after the events of Winter War, the Red Army has requested a simplified version more fit for mass production, which is where Georgi Shpagin came into play. His contribution into remodeling PPD into more budget-friendly design has resulted in birth of one of the most iconic firearms of World War II, called Pistolet Pulomet Shpagin, or in short PPSh-41. Shpagin's creation was first put on trial in October of 1940, and after securing the victory it was officially adopted on 21st of December, with the large-scale production starting in November of 1941. The design allowed manufacturers to produce a single unit of the gun in roughly 5.5 hours, with the factory having an output of 3,000 units a day. Over the course of the entire war, more than 5 million examples were constructed. More commonly known amongst soldiers under the nickname PPSh, it weighed 3.63 kilograms, fired 7.62mm Tokarev cartridge at around 1200 rounds per minute, and could be fed by either the previously mentioned 71 drum magazine or a 35-round stick magazine. It became widely adopted amongst all of Red Army, from the infantry to tank crews, blood-soaked streets of Stalingrad to streets of Berlin and beyond. Some of the units which were captured by Germans during the war were converted into 9mm Moser and were designated as MP717R and MP41R. After World War II, PPSh-41 would be largely replaced by AK-47, though many units remained in service across the world, most notable examples being Chinese Type 50, Vietnamese K-50M, and North Korean Type 59. While the in-game portrayal of PPSh is very different from how it was in real life, as the Bad Company 2 version has merely half the rate of fire of the actual PPSh and only 1/3 of the mag size, the one thing they both have in common is the speed at which their users can chew through the ammo. The image of PPSh-41 became synonymous not only with the Eastern Front of World War II, but also with guerrilla warfare, as it remained relevant for the length of Cold War. The iconic silhouette, impressive parameters, and infamy amongst those who found themselves at the wrong end of the barrel has given PPSh a legendary status on cards of history, and despite its limited appearance in the Battlefield franchise, it has found its way into many other first-person shooters, maintaining its legacy both in and outside of the real world.